The Gene Davis.
Hey, brother, how are you? Man, I wish I could be there tonight. I'm sorry that I'm not. I feel like a heel because of that. Happy 50th. 50 years, that's half a century, man. I can't really make fun of you because I'm going to turn 40 next year, and it just seems odd to me that I'm that old already. Probably the same thing for you. Hey, so I was thinking about just some stuff from the past when we met and some of the things that you've been involved in my life with. Let's see, we first met in 1999, and I was an arrogant, angry, rebellious 19-year-old football player from a fatherless home with a chip on my shoulder. I'm, I'm sure at the time, I was certain I knew pretty much everything. If I would have known half of what I thought I knew, I would have been a genius, no doubt. Um, you were my first real mentor. You were the guy that discipled me. And that had to be kind of painful, to be honest with you. You maybe masochist, maybe you were a little bit masochist at the time. I don't know, but you were willing to take me on. I want you to know something. There's been times when I now, as a pastor and an elder, I have discipled some college kids, and there's been a few in there that it makes me want to pull my hair out. And the Lord has gently reminded me, well, that was me at one time, wasn't it? And you were willing, but you were willing. You were willing to take me in. I mean, heaven's sakes, I lived with you for a while. I lived on your couch. So literally, you took me in. Um, I can remember us staying up till 2 in the morning talking about life and Jesus and theology and the Bible and how that all came to be and how that should impact our lives and how we should live therefore. And it never even occurred to me because I was, again, so self-centered, I'm sure. Um, we're staying up till 2 in the morning. You were just fine staying up talking theology till 2 in the morning, and you were probably getting up at like 5:30 to go to work. And me, I could go back to the dorm room and sleep in until 9 or 10 or whatever. And you were willing. It made an impact on me. I can remember you packing us all up in the Suburban, and we went down to Memphis, I think, outside of Memphis for the one-day conference out there. It must have been 40, 50,000 college students on this massive rainy lawn. And a tall, skinny guy I'd never heard of before preached a sermon called Don't Waste Your Life. That was John Piper. It was the first time I'd ever heard of him. Actually, that was, I think, may still be his most famous sermon. And I can remember that cutting me to the quick. Just the first 7 minutes that he spoke, I probably could regurgitate to you verbatim. And the rest of it, I couldn't tell you anything else. That just rattled around in my head for weeks and weeks. I can remember us going back to the motel and you being willing to talk with me about it. I can remember it moved me so much because I realized I had some changes that needed to occur, and they were going to hurt. They were tough changes. Laying my life down and making Jesus number one, letting Jesus wreck my dreams for me so that Jesus could give me his plan for me. That was tough. I can remember I couldn't sleep, and you, I think, actually let me drive about half the way home because I couldn't sleep. That's taking your life into your own hands, let me tell you. Oh, my goodness gravy. Yeah. 20-year-old college student driving. Yeah, it was, anyway. But we made it by the grace of God. I'm sure you were probably praying during that time. You and Kelly were probably an entirely new level in your prayer life. Um, Listen, long story short is this. I'll try to cut it short. I know you've probably got a lot of people there and I'm taking up all this time, but listen, the truth is Jesus says no greater love is any man than this, that he lay his own life down for his friends. And the long and short is, for years, that's what you did for me. You laid your life down for me. And God has used that. Like I said, I went to seminary and got the degrees, and today I'm a pastor and an elder myself, and have been for quite a while. And a lot of that is because of you. And I can't really put into words what I owe you. I can't put into words what you've meant to me. I can't put into words how deeply you've impacted me. There are things you told me that's almost 20 years ago now that I tell my college students 20 years later, because they've just stuck with me. And I appreciate that. I wish you could be here actually tonight, because to see the college group that we work with now it's incredible. I mean, the quality of the young men and women that are in there, and a lot of that has to do with what you were willing to pour into me. So I don't know any other way to say thank you but to say thank you. Thank you for pouring your life out for me. Thank you for you and Kelly and your kids, who are willing to allow me to take time away from all of them, and you were willing to pour into me. And I thank you for that. Hope you have a happy 50th birthday. I wish I could be there to give you a big hug. I love you. I am going to get up there to see you. And I'll even buy dinner this time. Oh my gosh, your family, they were the ones. You guys never had 2 nickels to spend for yourself. But you always had enough to spend on me. Anyway, you've been a true blessing to more people than you can possibly imagine. And the effect and the influence that you've had in my life has rippled down into others. So I love you, and I miss you, but I'll see you later, brother.